pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Faithful devotees, dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, today we are going to study chapter 7 of Abhidhamma Sangaha, Compendium of Categories, Samuccayasangahavibhāga. First of all, we have to know regarding the one Pali Gatha explained what is the meaning and what is the what kind of thing explained in that category. We want to know. Dva sat vidha vutta vattu dhamma salakkana tesang dani yatha yogam pavakkami samuccayam. The 72 kind of entities have already been described with their characteristics. Now I will speak of their categories in the ways that are applicable. Now, do you remember we already studied 4 paramattha, no? Chitta, Cetasika, Rupa and Nibbana. But all the paramattha, how we they combine together become 72. How we understand the 4 ultimate realities that had been described in the first 6 chapters can be analyzed into 72 distinct entities, phenomena which exist with intrinsic natures. Now about first paramattha, chitta, consciousness. Actually, chitta, how many? All type of chittas, 89 or 121. Although there are 89 types of consciousness, they are all regarded as one entity because all chitta have the same intrinsic nature, the cognizing of an object. That's why all the chitta, chinte vijanana lakkana chitta, the knowing the object, it is a chitta. So now the chitta we can divide into according to the different way. But what is the characteristic of chitta is knowing the object. That's why chitta become only one. Mental factors, cetasika, there are 52. Each mental factor is viewed as a distinct ultimate entity because each has its own individual intrinsic nature. This is important, no? Because every cetasika is not the same. They are different character, different action, different. But the rupa, all type rupa, there are 28 rupa. Those 28 rupa we can divide into concrete rupa and unconcrete rupa. Now about the concrete rupa, nibbana rupa, there are 18. Each of the concretely produced materiality or real rupa is considered separately as individual entities because each has its individual intrinsic nature. Now you have to know there are especially 18 concrete rupa. We always practicing vipassana. This is object to vipassana also. Okay, but how about the unconcrete rupa? The 10 kind of unconcrete or non-real rupa lack intrinsic natures, and they are not included as an object for vipassana contemplation. Therefore, they are not considered here as separate concrete entities. Okay, now you have to know only the among the 28, we are taking 18 rupa only. Nibbana is only one. Nibbana is considered a single entity. After explaining the 4 types of ultimate realities into 32 constituents, they will be groups into various categories employed for classification in the Abhidhamma Pitaka. Now, what are the 72? Is a chitta only one. There are 52 chetasika, 18 rupa and nibbana only one. 1 plus 52 plus 18 plus 1 become 72. 72. Enumeration of categories. Those are 72 type of paramatta. We can analyze, we can category different way. In the Pali mentioned, Akusala Sangaho, Missaka Sangaho, Bodhipakkiya Sangaho, Sabba Sangaho, Cheti, Samuccayasangaho, Chatubbido Veditappo. The compendium of categories should be understood as fourfold. Number 1, the compendium of the unwholesome. This is the unwholesome, Akusala group, Akusala Sangaha. The compendium of mixed categories, they are mixed. The compendium of requisites of enlightenment, there are 7 the enlightenment factors. And the compendium of the whole, this is a 4 type of Sangaha. Now, overview of categories. Now you see there are chitta only one, chetasika, its mental factors, there are 52, concrete materiality there are 18, nibbana is 4 ultimate reality become 72 distinct dhamma, special category. The compendium of sangaha, those are 72 dhamma we can analyze under the akusala group. How we understand? Asava, 14. Oga, 4 floods. Yoga, 4 bonds. Ganta, bodily knots. Upadana, clingings. Nivarana, hindrance. Anusaya, underline tendencies. Sanyojana, according to the Sutta method, 10 fetters. How about Sanyojana of Abhidhamma method? There are 10 fetters. And 10 type of defilements, kilesa. Okay. Mixed categories, there are 6 roots, 7 jhana factors, 12 path factors, 22 faculties, indriya, 2 power, bala, 9 power, bala, 4 predominants, adhipati, 4 nutriments, ahara. Okay. A requisite of enlightenment, bodhipakya, satipatthana, the four foundation of mindfulness, sammapadhana, four supreme effort, iddhipada, four means of accomplishment, indriya, five faculties, bala, five power, bojjhanga, seven factors of enlightenment, magganga, eight path factors. The whole sabba, whole, five aggregates, kanda, five aggregates of clinging, panchupadana kanda, 12 sense bases, ayatana, 18 elements, dhatu, four noble truths, arya satya. Okay, this is our subject. And now we are going to study one by one what is the akusala group, what is the mixed group, what is the bodhipakya group, and what is the sabba group. Okay, now this is a time to come our first compendium of the unwholesome akusala sangaha. Those are akusala we already divide into different way. Asava group, Oga group, Yoga group, Gantha group, Upadana group, Nivarana group, Anusaya group, Sanyojana group, and Kilesa group. Now, first one is taints, Asava. Katamang akusala sangahe thava chattaro asava kamasavo bhavasavo dittasavo avijjasavo. How? First, in the compendium of the unwholesome, there are four taints. Asava is a taint. Number one, the taint of sensual desire. Number two, the taint of attachment to existence, taint of existence, bhavasava. The taint of wrong view, dittasava. The taint of ignorance, avijjasava. Now, what is the definitions of taints? Asava, meaning. Originally means intoxicating drinks which has been fermented for a very long time. Similarly, the taints have been with us for a very long time, so long that the beginning cannot be known. No. And they will be with us until we arahat path, attain arahat path. Literal meanings in that which flow out. Like pus washing out from a wound. The taint flow from the sixth door, from eye door, from ear door, from nose door, from tongue door, and from body door, and from mind door, towards their respective objects. Okay. Alternatively, asava is a and sava. A savati. A is up to flowing. In terms of existence, the taint flow up to the highest realm of existence, the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception until end of the world. Even beings in the highest realm of existence, as long as they are not yet an arahat, they are not free from the taint. That's why our Lord Buddha also explained one day in the Pali Gatha, ukkita punya tejena kama rupa gatim gata. Because of the power of the punya, the punya, they can carry us until sensual world to fine material world, fine material world to immaterial world. Bhavagatampi sampatta punagachanti duggati. We can go to end of the world, but we have to come down again because of the asava, because of the pain, because of the pain. In terms of Dhamma, the 10 flow up to change of lineage, Gotrabhu Jnana. Now, do you remember where it goes Trabhu knowledge? Before the Sotapatti Magga moment. Before Sotapatti Magga moment. Greed, Lobha, can take object of all mundane Chitta, Chetasika and Rupa, except Nibbana. Nibbana and Lokuttara Dhamma is only for the objects Nibbana. For the Lokuttara Chitta, objects Nibbana. But Nibbana and Lokuttara Chitta, we cannot take as an object with Lobha mind. Cannot take. But greed cannot take super mundane Chitta and Chetasika as objects. If we look at an example for path process, Magga Chiviti, we can see that mundane minds arise up to Gotrabhu or Vodana, purification for higher path process. After which supermundane path consciousness arises, therefore the taints flow all the way up to Gotrabhu or Vodana Jnana. Example of path process, Magga Viti. Now, do you see there are Viti first Bhavanga, after that is first Atita Bhavanga and Bhavanga Atita Bhavanga moment and the Bhavanga Chalana moment, Bhavanga Upacheda moment, Manodwara moment, Parikama moment, Upachara moment, Anuloma moment, Gotrabhu moment, and Magga moment, Phala moment, etc. This is the process. Use this red color arrow. Under the red color arrow, they say the Maha Kusala, great wholesome. Actually, from Parikama, more preparation moment to change of lineage, Gotrabhu Jnana. Parikama preparation moment also is one of the Mahakusala. SS moment also one of the Mahakusala. Conformity moment also one of the wholesome Kamachara Kusala. Change of lineage also Kamachara Kusala. Especially they put the green color mark. Green color mark. Those are 4 chitta is a Kusala chitta. Kusala. But anyway, it is a mundane wholesome, not super mundane. The Magga moment is a super mundane wholesome. Phala is a super mundane resultant. So that's why our asava, flow of asava is stopped at Gotrabhu Jnana. You see, until Gotrabhu. After Gotrabhu, no more asava arising in the with Lokuttara mind. Okay, now you have to understand. There are 4 types of taints. Now remember the taint of sensual desire, Kamasava. What is the Paramatma of Kamasava? Greed, Lobha for sensual objects. Number 2, the taint of existence means attachment to existence, Bhavasava. What is the Paramatma of Bhavasava? Also Lobha. Greed for existence through birth, fine material and immaterial existence. Upapatti Bhava of in fine material world or immaterial world. And greed for existence through karma, longing for jhana, lodging, yeah. Greed accompanied by the view of existence, bhava, ditthas. Greed accompanied by the eternalist view, sasata ditti. Okay, now anyway, the bhavaso meaning the existence, they attach to the existence, no? But they are different explanation. Number third, the taint of wrong view. There are 62 types of wrong view. If you want to get the meaning of 62, please go first sutta of the Digha Nikaya, Brahmajala Sutta. That sutta already explained. The taint of ignorance, avijjasava, not understanding 8 things, especially 4 noble truths. What is the suffering? What is the origin of suffering? What is the cessation of suffering? What is the path leading to cessation of suffering? If someone doesn't know 4 noble truths, he has strong avijja. If someone know, someone understood, then he already cut off the avijja. The same way, another 4 about the past, about the future, about the past and future, about depending origination. Because of the 8, not understanding 8 type of things, it's called avijja, avijjasu. There are 4 taints, but only 3 mental factors, as both the taint of sensual desire and attachment to existence are the mental factors of greed, lobha. Now, how we understand asava and chetasika, how we combine together? Because asava is, there are 4 types of asava. And then how about the paramatma of the asava? Now we have to know about the chetasika's word. The taint of sensual desire, kamasava. The taint of existence, bhavasava, attached to existence, bhavasava. Those are 2 is we call lobha, greed, lobha. But you have to understand, we have to clearly understand the kamasava and bhavasava, there are 2 kilesa, 2 asava, but paramatma is the same, lobha. Now the one more thing I want to add here, when someone attain the anagami magga, anagami. The anagami magga moment, he can cut off kamasava only. He can cut off kamasava. Means the lobha of the kamasava, he can cut off. But when he get arahaship, the arahat path knowledge, by arahat path knowledge, he can cut off bhavasava, lobha of the bhavasava. The taint of wrong view, ditthasava, they are wrong ditti. When he attains sotapatti magga, by power of the sotapatti magga jnana, we can cut off the wrong view. The taint of ignorance, avijja asava, delusion, moha is a delusion. When someone get arahaship, by power of the arahat path knowledge, he can cut off the moha, delusion, totally. So now you have to know how many asava there are 4. How many paramatma of the asava, or maybe how many chetasika of the asava? There are 3. Lobha, ditti, moha. Lobha, ditti, moha. Lobha, ditti, moha. So now this is a one way to understand about the defilement, about the karma, the asava defilement. But the second type of category is Oga. There are 4 types of floods. Now, nowadays in Sri Lanka also flooding, strong flood. Now, the 4 floods. Chattaro Oga, Kamogo, Bhavogo, Dittyogo, Avijogo. What are the 4 floods? The flood of sensual desire, the flood of existence, attachment to existence, the flood of wrong view, the flood of ignorance. About the flood, what's the definition of the flood? Flood is a torrent of water. It overflows and carries away or knocked down everything in its path. It fools things under the destroy them. It drowns beings. Similarly here, the 4 floods, Oga, overflow and carry being away, pull them under to the 4 woeful states, and drown them in the round of rebirth, samsara. The floods are the hard to cross, very hard. Okay. The 4 floods are the same in ultimate reality to the 4 taints. What are the 4 types of Oga? Kama Oga, the flood of sensual desire. Bhava Oga, the flood of existence or attachment to existence. The flood of wrong view, the flood of ignorance. How we understand about the Paramattha, called the Paramattha. The greed, Lobha. Lobha is a Kama Oga, Bhava Oga is a Lobha. Ditti Oga is Ditti. Avidya Oga is a Moha. So, now you know about the meaning of flood, 4 types of flood. Next one is we call bonds. Yoga, the similar meaning. Chattaro yoga, kama yogo, bhava yogo, ditti yogo, avidya yogo. 4 bonds. The bond of sensual desire, the bond of attachment existence, the bond of wrong view, the bond of ignorance. Bonds or yoke. The yoke is what connected an ox to the cart. One it's yoked to the cart. The ox cannot go away from the cart. It is bonded to the cart. You have to see some picture also there, no? Yoke. Similarly, the 4 bonds yoke beings to the round of rebirth in samsara, or they yoke being to the suffering. The 4 bonds for yoga are also the same as the 4 taints as the 4 floods. About the yoga, about the Chetasika. But there are 4 types of yoga. The bond of sensual desire, Kama Yoga. The bond of existence, Bhava Yoga. The bond of wrong view, the bond of ignorance. How we understand? The Lobha is a Kama Yoga, Bhava Yoga. Dit is Ditti Yoga. Moha is Avidya Yoga. Now about the Kaya Ganta, bodily knots. Chattaro Ganta, Abhijja Kaya Ganto, Vyapado Kaya Ganto, Selabhata Paramaso Kaya Ganto, Idang Satcha Bhiniveso Kaya Ganto. What are the 4 bodily knots? Number 1, Abhijjakayaganto, the bodily knot of covetousness. Vyapado kayaganto, the bodily knot of ill will. Silabbata paramaso kayaganto, the bodily knot of adherence to rites and ceremonies. Idan Sacchabhiniveso kayaganto, the bodily knot of dogmatic belief that this alone is the truth. Okay, how we understand clearly? They are called bodily knots, kaya ganta, because they are tied the mind to the body, or they tied the present body to bodies in further existence. They tied beings to sansara such that escape is difficult. Here, bodhisakaya applies to both mental and physical body in the sense of an aggregation of group or groups. The 4 bodily knots, kaya ganta. What are the 4? Covetousness, abhijja, craving or greed, which pulls being towards a described object. The covetousness here is different from the covetousness, abhijja, which is among the 10 causes or unwholesome actions. Their abhijja means covetousness for others' property. It's applied only to visama lobha, unjust or wrong greed that desire others' property. But here, abhijja applies to all form of greed, all type of lobha. How about the ill will? Ill will, vyapada. Same as the mental factor of hatred, dosa, which is manifested as aversion towards undesirable object, adherence to rites and ceremonies or wrong practice, silabbata paramasa. The belief that the performance of rites constitutes the means to liberation. Here is referred to those who believe that behaving like a cow and adopting a cow's habits will lead them to liberation. Or it may be the habit of a dog or any other forms of wrong practicing. But luckily nowadays, not people practicing like this. No, I don't know, except India. But some of Indian also still they are practicing the wrong way. Someone eating and sleeping just like a dog, just like a cow. This way also we have to understand about the wrong practice. Dogmatic belief that this alone in the truth, idan sacchabhinivesa, the firm conviction that one's own view is the only truth and that all other views are false. The last 2 bodily knots are both aspects of the Chetasika wrong view. The bodily knot of covetousness, abhijja kayagandha, is great, lobha, the paramatta. The bodily knot of ill will, vyapada kayagandha, is hatred, dosa. The bodily knot of adherence to rites and ceremonies. Silabhata Paramasa Kayaganta. And the bodily knot of dogmatic belief that this alone in the truth. Idan Satchabinives. Both of two bodily knots we call round view, ditti. Okay. Now about the clingings. Chattaro upadana. Kama upadana, ditti upadana, silabhata upadana, attabhinivesa upadana. The four clingings. Kama upadana, clinging to sense pleasures. Ditti upadana, clinging to wrong view. Silabhata paramas, clinging to rites and ceremonies. Attavadupadana, clinging to a doctrine of self. What is the meaning of clinging? Upadana. Upadana is upa adana. Upa is the firmly taking, grasping. Upadana. Taking, grasping firmly, we call upadana. It is called clinging or grasping in the sense of grasping their object very firmly, like a snake grasping a frog. When the snake has taken the frog into its mouth, it will not let it go again. In the same way, when craving lobha reached the stage of clinging, it's very difficult to give up on the object of attachment. Hence, strong attachment to the object is called clinging. What are the four types of clinging? Upadana. Kama upadana, clinging to sensual pleasure. It may be understood as intensified clinging for sense pleasures. Can also be understood more broadly as a craving for any of the things in the world. There are two aspects of kama. Kilesa kama, the defilement of sensual desire, lobha. Vatu kama, the object of sensual pleasure, object of lobha, such as sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Here it can be understood as a strong defilement of sensual desire, or the clinging to object of sensual desire. Eventually, it means the same. How about the ditti upadana, clinging to wrong view? The adoption of any of the morally pernicious views, such as nihilism, fatalism, etc., or any of the speculative views about the eternal or non-eternal existence of the world. Clinging to rites and ceremonies or wrong practice. What is silabhata upadana? The wrong view that the performance of rites and ceremonies of or the undertaking of ascetic practice as the related observance can lead to liberation or purification of samsara. This is similar to what was explained above on the third bodily knot, kayaganta. Clinging to the doctrine of self, attavadupadana. The adoption of personality view, the identification of any of the five aggregates as the self or the accessories of the self. 20 types of personality view are mentioned. They are obtained by considering each of the 5 aggregates in the 4 ways. But this one also you have to know, but this is quite deep. One regards materiality as self. Rupang attano samunu passati. Self as processing materiality or rupa vantangva attana. Materiality as itself, attaniva rupa. Self as the material, rupa spingva attana. But anyway, this is there are 4 types of view. One regards materiality as well as self, self as processing materialities, or materiality as in the self, or self as in materialities. But the same way, the same is repeated with respect to feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. The clinging to seeing, sense pleasure is a manifestation of greed. The other 3 clingings are mood of the Chetasika, wrong view. You see, there are 4 types of upadana, no? Kama upadana, Ditti upadana, Silabhata upadana, Attavada upadana. The clinging to sense pleasure, clinging to wrong view, clinging to rites and ceremony or wrong view, clinging to a doctrine of self. How about the paramatta of upadina? There are 2 paramatta, lobha and ditti. Sensual clinging for the sensual world and wrong view. Sorry, the sensual plane, it's lobha. But the clinging, wrong view, clinging to wrong practice, clinging to doctrine of self. All 3 upadana must be the one kilesa is dittasava, wrong view. Wrong view. About the hindrance, cha nivaranani, kamachanda nivaranam, vyapada nivaranam, tiyanamidda nivaranam, uddachakokkocha nivaranam, vichikicha nivaranam, and avijja nivaranam. There are 6 nivarana according to Abhidhamma. There are 6 hindrances. The hindrances of sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, doubt and ignorance. Okay. How about the hindrances? They obstruct the way to a heavenly rebirth and to the attachment of jhana and nibbana. Hence, they are called hindrance. According to commentary, the hindrance as mental factors which prevent unarisen wholesome state from arising and do not allow arisen wholesome state to endure. There are 6 types of hindrance. Sensual desire, kama, chanda. Is kama, chanda. Sensual desire. Strong greed for the 5 kind of sensual object. What are the 5 kind of sensual objects? Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, and Pottabha. Ill will, vyapada, the rising of hatred or harboring or resentment due to their reason according to the sutta. They are under the 9th chapter of the 29 of sutta, or under the same 10th chapter of Anguttara Nikaya 79 sutta. Number is the sutta. Thinking they act for my harm. They are active for my harm. They will act for my harm. This is thinking. They act for the harm of one who is placed in and to me. They are acting, sorry, yeah, the number 5, no? The acting. They are the now the yeah, number 5, they are acting. They're acting for the harm of one who is placing and to agreeable to me. They will act the same way, and they acted for the benefit of one who is displeasing and disagreeable to me. Same way, they are acting or they will act. Now, according to that, one becomes angry without a reason. For example, when accidentally kicking against to tree stump. Yeah, this is those, because now you have to know how many way to arise the hatred, dosa in your life. But the tina midda, sloth and torpor, uddacha kukkucha, restlessness and worry, vichikicha is a doubt, avidya is ignorance. The first 5 hindrances are majority obstacle to the attainment of the jhana. The 6th hindrance is the major obstacle to the arising of wisdom. But anyway, all together 8 Chetasika are included among the hindrances. Very important, this one, because there are hindrances, there are 6, but mental factors there are 8. Sensual desire, kama chand is a lobha. Ill will, vyapad is dosa. Tina mida, there are tina mida, the 2 Chetasika. Restlessness and worry, there are 2 Chetasika, uddacha and kukkucha. Doubt is vichikicha. Ignorance is avijja, delusion, moha. In 2 cases above, a pair of mental factors is counted as a single hindrance. The Abhidhamma commentary explained that sloth and torpor, the tina midda, and restlessness and worry are joined into compounds because of the similarities in their respective functions, conditions, and or antidotes. But anyway, mental factors and function, conditions, and counted by the Batina midda, giving rise to mental and sluggishness, laziness and down sins, and arousing energy, virya. The restlessness and worry, how we understand practically, giving rise to unsettled settledness, disquiet of mind, because the always the restlessness thought and giving the because of the our mind not stable, not calm, the loss our good thought, the always worry giving the giving the always the trouble for us. That's why disturbing thoughts of loss of wealth, loss of relatives, the development of calm, samatha, concentration. But anyway, but the especially in the under the hindrance, there are 6, according to the Paramatta Chetasika, there are 8. You have to know. Because this is an explanation according to the Kilesa. So now I think you know about the meaning of Asava and Oga, Yoga, Ganta, Upadana, Nivarana. Now about the 10 Asava. How many Asava according to the Asava and according to the Paramatta, Sammuti and Paramatta. And about the Oga, how many Oga and how many Chetasika in the Oga. How many Yoga, how many Chetasika there. How many bodily Ganta, bodily knots. And how many Upadana. How many Nivarana. So now there are 14 become 3 Chetasika. There are 4 Oga become 3 Chetasika. There are 4 Yoga become 3 Chetasika. There are 4 Ganta become 3 Chetasika. There are 4 Upadana become 2 Chetasika. There are 6 Nivarana become 8 Chetasika. Now, all type of, now do you remember how many Akusala Chetasika, unwholesome mental factors? There are 14. Those are defilements. Those are 10 floods, etc. Or everything we can see in the under Akusala mental factors group. So this way, now you have to know clearly about that. Now, because why we are meditating, why we are practicing Kusala, why we are practicing Dana, Sila, etc. Because of this power, because of the power of the Kusala, we can control all type of defilements, all type of Kilesa, all type of Akusala, we can control by our mind. We can one day after practicing Jhana and after practicing Vipassana, after practicing the Lokuttara, we can slowly by slowly we can cut off all the defilement. When we get Arahatship by power of the Arahat path knowledge, we can cut off all type of defilements, okay, without remaining. So this way we have to know about the unwholesome group, because when we are reading some sutta, no, in the Anguttara Nikaya, under the 4th chapter, they are explaining Oga, Asava, Yoga, etc. And for some sutta also explain about those are defilements. So if you want to know clearly what is the paramatta of those defilements, you should practice this chapter. Without knowing this chapter, without understanding paramatta, not difficult to get the real meaning of tense, Oga, Yoga, etc. This way we want to explain. Today, I think enough to understand what is the Asava, what is the Oga, what is the Yoga, what is the Ganta, and what is the Upadana and Nivarana. We already understand the 6 type of Akusala group. 6 type of Akusala group already studied. Yeah. If you have anything to ask, please let me know.
Bande, thank you for explanation. Regarding the photo of the Magga, the path of the Magga, may I ask why or how the Magga has the power to cut off the sorry, my English. I mean, to let, for example, the DT will not totally cut off the DT at all. For example, for the first Sotapanna.
Yes, because of now, there are 2 types of wisdom: mundane wisdom and super mundane wisdom, Lokuttara Panya. Lokuttara Panya is they has a power to cut off the all defilements. But the Sotapatti knowledge, they has a power to cut off Ditti Vichikicha, especially. And the same way, the Anagami Magga, they has power to cut off Dosa and Kamaraga, Loba. And the same way, Arahata Magga, he has a power to cut off the all type of defilement, including avijja. So that's why the because we they have because the what is the object of Lokuttara Chitta's Nibbana? Because of the Nibbana object, we can cut off the defilements. This way, we have to understand.
So, Pandey, that means the first time someone see Nibbana, because of that, it's the power to cut off the ditthi.
Yes, right. Because he has understood the Four Noble Truth. After seeing the Nibbana, he understood the Four Noble Truth. This is a power of the wisdom of Sotapatti Magga.
Oh, okay. And it can cut off not only this life. I mean,
yeah, if someone can attain Sotapatti Magga in this life, he can cut off the Ditti Vichikicha and the Isamacharya also by Sotapatti Magga because of the power of the knowledge of the Sotapatti Magga. And this is the first path of knowledge in the Lokuttara existent world.
Thank you.
Bante, we see a question from our Facebook. Bante, space is non-concrete matter, therefore not included in 72 entities.
Yes, not concrete rupa, not include.
Yes, therefore cannot be used as the vipassana object.
Yes, object. Yes, cannot be used for the vipassana object.
Then
especially anicca dukkha anatta.
Okay. His question is, what about first arupa citta's object of infinity of space? Can't one do vipassana meditation on first arupa citta?
Yes, can, because we are looking the only paramatta nama. We can feel the nama. But Vedana, Sanya, Sankaranya, 4 aggregates we can feel. Then we can practice vipassana.
So we can.
After seeing the nama of the Akasa Nanchaya, first arupa jhana.
Brother has any questions about that? Okay. Okay, this question. Good day, Bante. Do we cut off avijja when we are in samadhi or out of samadhi?
Actually, the samadhi is a mundane samadhi, a super mundane samadhi. There are 2 types of samadhi, no? But nowadays, someone practicing first jhana, second jhana until 8th jhana attainment. Every time we are practicing mundane jhana. But power of the mundane samadhi, we cannot cut off the avijja. We can control, we can suspect the avijja. But when he can enter the Arahata Magga Samadhi, then the Arahata Magga, power of the Arahata Magga Samadhi, he can cut off the avijja, totally avijja.
Okay. So I think maybe his question is, how about our like ordinary people like us, when we are samadhi, they also temporarily cut off some avijja?
Not cut off.
Not cut
temporarily off. we can stop, but still arising.
Not during the samadhi. It's after the samadhi it will still be arising.
Yes. Actually, our next chapter.
Okay.
Anusaya.
Okay. I think Sally want to. The same. Bante, are you saying one only able to cut off when we attain arahant?
Sorry.
The same person asking the question. Bante, are you saying we only able to cut off the avijja when we attain arahant?
Yes.
That is totally and permanently. Is that correct?
Yes. After that, no more avidya, no more life, no more sansara, no more new life also.
Okay, Bhante. Sally, do you want to ask question again, Sally?
Yes, thank you, Bande. I want to ask Bande, how someone, when he sees Nibbana, then he can totally understand Four Noble Truths.
Yes, with some lokuttara samadhi, not the mundane samadhi, but usually the sotapatti samadhi, sakadagami samadhi, anagami samadhi, and arhat samadhi. There are 4 types of lokuttara samadhi, but the not fully understand in the sotapatti samadhi moment, but fully understanding in the arhat samadhi moment, he can fully understand Four Noble Truth. That's why in the depending origination group, in the according to Patisamuppada, they explain what is the avijja. They say dukkhe anyānam, dukkha samudaya anyānam, dukkha nirodhe anyānam, dukkha nirodha gamini patipada anyānam. The not understanding suffering, not understanding the cause of suffering, not understanding cessation of suffering, not understanding to lead to cessation of suffering. But this 4, if someone not understanding, he has avijja. Who was understood meaning, he already cut off the avijja. This is arahata magga moment, arahata magga samadhi.
Yeah, Bande, I mean, what's the process look like? I mean, is that because when someone see Nibbana, experience Nibbana, he experienced something, all the defilements disappearing. I mean, there's no ceased. He experienced the defilement ceased, so he see the third noble truth. How about the first, second, and the fourth one?
Usually, after seeing the Nibbana meaning, he already understood fourth already. Because why? He know the suffering, he know what is the suffering and cause of suffering. That's why when you are practicing vipassana stage, practicing anicca, dukkha, anatta again and again and again, at that time he can understand what is the suffering, what is the cause of the suffering, what is the way to get the cessation of the suffering. Then we are practicing sila, practicing samadhi, practicing vipassana, panya. So this is a way to get the nibbana. Then on the way we can feel, we can understand. But the after seeing the nibbana is only one noble truth, third one. But at that moment, first, second, fourth, or also already fulfilled, already understood.
Oh, so Bande, you mean when someone practices vipassana, he already see anicca, dukkha, anatta, which is all the dukkha, and also from the samudaya, he can see from like the past, the future, and so on, and then he understand it, and then he see experience nibbana is the third one, and then he knows it's the way.
Yes, this we have to understand.
Okay, thank you, Bande.
I read out first. A Chinese question. 从法的角度看，猪肉一直流到种性心。从那一位证得出道出果的圣者来说，在种性是属于世间智，相应善心，取涅盘为目标，依据心路。种性过后升起出道心，种性心呢是已经没有邪见了，在出道心断除邪见。那么怎么理解猪肉一直流到种性心
？Bhante, this is a question in Chinese, so I try to translate. Just now when they talk about the asava, they will flow all the way up to Gotrabu from the Dharma's perspective. So for one who has attained the Sotapatti Maggaphala, this Gotrabu is the Lokiya, the mundane, Jnana Sampayutta Mahakusala Chitta, taking Nibbana as an object. And according to the Chitta Vitti, after the Gotrabu will arise the Sotapatti Magga. At that time, the Gotrabu already has, at the point of Gotrabu already no more deity. And at the Sotapatti Magga time, the deity is eliminated, eradicated. So how do we understand that the asava will flow up to Gotrabu?
Usually, the Gotrabu movement is the object's Nibbanas, right? But the Gotrabu moment is the last moment. After Gotrabu, no more asava. Even Gotrabu moment also no more asava. We are talking end of the up to Gotrabu jnana. The same way up to Godana jnana. Because the Gotrabu moment is the cut off the ordinary world, ordinary life, Putujjana life. That's why we are calling. Because usually after arising Gotrabu jnana, surely appearing the Magga jnana. We cannot stop. But Anuloma, we can stop before the Gotrabu, maybe some changing. But anyway, that's what we're calling. But the asava, normally we are calling usually not only Ditta asava, no, but the other asava also running and up to Gotrabu. Actually, the Gotrabu movement is looking the Nibbana, taking the Nibbana object, not yet cut off, not yet eradicate Ditti. Still they have the Ditti. But Ditti don't have in the Gotrabu moment, Gotrabu mind. Ditti not arise in the Gotrabu mind. But still they have the power of the Ditti. Then Ditti is going to eradicate in the Sotapatti Magga moment. That's why we are calling asava flow up to Gotrabu jnana.
Okay, Bhante, I try to translate. But Bhante, is it also true, Bhante, that I read the note to say that also the asava can take all mundane, chitta, cetasika, and rupa as object. So therefore, Gotrabu being mundane, chitta can also be taken as an object for asava. But Magga can no longer be an object for asava.
Yes, right.
So we can also understand like this, the asava only flow up to Gotrabu.
Can.
Thank you, I try to translate, I think. 这个问题呢，尊者回答是说呢，通常是的，是我们可以这样理解说呢，到种心心的时候呢，它取的所缘呢，就是取涅槃为所缘。那这个呢，是我们说最后的一个心识刹那，就是在我们这个进入过最后心识刹那，过了这个种心之后呢，就不再是这个世间的心，就是这个出世间的心。那所以在这个之前，所有的这些都是属于世界性。世界性呢，一直呢都可能是有这个诸漏都会存在一直到了这个种性之后这身体的出世间性就没有了。那虽然呢，如果我们说在种性这个刹那，或者是在更高的这个心路过程里面的这个波丹叫做清净的这时候呢，它本身由于是三心的，三心呢是不会有这个烦恼的这个不善的心所的出现。可是呢，它那个时候在种心的时候呢，它还没有，即使它取涅槃为所缘，它还没有起这个断除的作用，它不能断除这个烦恼。所以这个烦恼呢，这些思路呢，它还是以这个我们接下来就会学习的这个潜伏的性质，就是这个睡眠性的还会存在，一直还存在，它有机会还可以再升起。但是一旦过了种心或者过了清净稳当了之后，道性升起的时候，道性就有力量去破除它相应的这些烦恼，这些不善的心所呢，它不能够再升起，被判断的不能再升起，所以它就到那边就完全停止，只能够在那个出世间的道性呢，是完全把它断除，以后也不会再被断除了，就不会再升起所以是这样来理解。当然也有另外一个呢，里面一注有解释的说呢，我们是从这个之前尊者也解释到说，这个阿萨巴这个猪肉呢是能够取这个流向这个所缘，取这个所缘。那这个猪肉它能够取所有的属于世间的心所跟色法为所缘，但是它不能取出世间的这个心为所缘。所以因此呢，我们可以看到，即使到了种性智，它虽然取的是涅槃为所缘，它本身还是属于世间的心，因为它世间的心上还能够成为猪肉的所缘，所以可以说猪肉到这个时候呢，还能取它为所缘。 但是一旦过了种性之后，升起的是道性，那道性呢就已经是属于出世界心，这出世界心呢就不能够再成为诸肉的所缘，所以呢诸肉就不能够继续流到这个这个出世间的这个道性，所以因此呢我们说诸肉呢只能停止到种性是这样的意思。
Is that okay? Any other question? I think the time is also quite late. Sally?
Oh, yep. Bande, I have something I want to confirm with you, that in the 4 types of terms, the second one, agreed for existence through, and then the second, greed for existence through karma, longing for jhana. How to understand this longing for jhana? I mean, if I long for jhana, this kind of term is fine, right?
No, because they are calling, but they attach to the existence, the jhana world, rupavachara world, arupavachara world, the bhumi.
I see. Does this existence, longing for existence, means, for example, if I plan for tomorrow, I want to do this and that, this actually kind of longing for existence, right? So the best way is just to be right moment. But sometimes we need to plan. But I mean, it's an ordinary life, worldly life. So we have to allow this kind of longing.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
So sharing of knowledge. Repeat after me. Idam me punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi. Te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labhantu. Buddha sasanang chirang titthatu. Buddha sasanang chirang titthatu. Buddha sasanang chirang titthatu. Sadhu, sadhu. May all of you be healthy. May all of you be well and happy. May all of you be free from all suffering and attain Nibbana. So, sadhu, sadhu.